So research for this vlog has been interesting. Now friends of ours are looking to buy a caravan, which is kind of reignited my interest in caravan prices since we last looked kind of a year ago when we purchased this and sold our Unicorn. We're led to believe there's some kind of shortage of caravans, right? And new caravans are being massively delayed. Are they? The thing I would take this on face value. Under normal circumstances. However, we're not under normal circumstances currently, and you've only got to look back to last year and look at the state we got in over toilet rolls. Come on. And also baking equipment. If you wanted to bake a cake, you couldn't even get what makes bread, flour. You couldn't even get flour and stuff like that. I mean, then we had the shortage on fuel recently. There wasn't even a shortage, but people went bonkers over that. Now we're being told for the last 2 years about the shortage of caravans. When we sold our caravan last November, actually, so almost a year ago, we got 18,500 for it, and that was around about the price they were going for. What I actually did was I looked at the price they were new, I looked at the price that the dealer were offering me, and added a bit more onto that. So basically, we sold for 18,500. The best offer I got from a dealer against a new caravan was 16,500. That was a Unicorn 4 Cartagena. Now I looked on eBay for how much it's what the equivalent sold for. I couldn't find a 2018, but 2019 Cartagena, exactly what we had, but 1 year newer, was on sale for 26,500. Now that's less. That's about the same price they were new 4 years ago. I mean, it obviously doesn't mean he's going to sell it. That's the kind of prices people are asking for privately. So another part of the research was to obviously look at other vlogs, copy them. Anyway, so I looked at Mark from the Caravan Place. I don't know if you know him. He's got his YouTube channel as well. Now he's got a dealership just outside of Wolverhampton, I believe. Well, I know exactly where it is, as I went there last year to buy our awning. Maybe even the year before that. Wow. Anyway, I bought the awning from him. Really lovely bloke. And he was talking about caravan prices, and he's not even sure where they're going to go. The one thing he did do in one of his vlogs, he walked around his dealership and showed us a Swift Charisma that he'd got on his forecourt, 2011. Now it's on sale for 13,495. Now the point he was making is that caravan in 2011 was 15,995. So the difference between 15,995 and 13,450 is the depreciation in 10 years, which I thought was remarkable. And that shows you that prices are still high, doesn't it? Oh, before we go any further, be grateful if you're enjoying the vlog if you could give us a thumbs up, and also subscribe. There'll be a button over there, right over in that corner, past where I'm pointing and further on. If you watch it on the telly, get your mobile phone out or your tablet or something and get on and subscribe now and thumb it up. Thank you. Back to the vlog. On the point of whether you should sell now at a high price and then next year the prices be lower, so you could almost buy the same caravan back for maybe $2,000 less. Now I don't think that's necessarily a sensible thing to do. The reason being because of the demand. I've got some figures coming up with dealership and how many caravans they've got. So say for instance you sold your caravan now, I don't know, for £20,000. Next year you kind of hope to buy the same thing for around 18,000. I don't know. What you might find is that you won't be able to find a caravan that's suitable. I mean, this is really the problem we had a year ago. All right, it was slightly different in that we wanted to find a specific caravan model and year. So I mean, even under normal circumstances, you'd struggle. We did find dealers selling a year-old caravan as new. Actually, they call it factory fresh. Right, so it's from the factory, but they haven't sold it. Now, they hadn't sold the particular caravans I was looking at because they was asking too much for it, and they really wouldn't budge on the price. Now, I don't think a lot's changed since then, particularly. So as part of the research, I had a look to see how many caravans were actually for sale on Auto Trader, actually. So jumped onto Auto Trader. I put a list up here. Now, I think what's telling is the amount of, or even in fact maybe the lack of new caravans being advertised. So we're being told that there's not much stock about. 1,873 caravans. Is that not a lot? I don't, maybe under normal circumstances they're 20,000. I just don't know. So the next thing I did, I had a look at the dealers' stock from their websites. Now, one thing to mention there, dealers don't always update. In fact, most of them are particularly bad at updating their websites with the stock they've got. Now, they'd argue that stuff comes in and goes out so quickly they don't have time to put it on there. So if you're going to look at a caravan from a dealer, always ring ahead first. Don't travel 2 hours to expect to see something that's on their website, because it might not be there. Just a tip for you there. Not that I've done it myself, of course. I always ring ahead. The stock from some of the biggest dealers that I know. So Loudham's, 14 caravans on their website used. Grantham Caravans, 20 caravans. White Arches, 50. Glossop Caravans, 77. Salop Leisure, 30. Spinney, 55. Free A's, 24. Highbridge say they've got 100 plus. Now, take that at face value if you want. And Stuart Longton's 40 caravans. So at least the websites seem to suggest they've got some stock. Some more than others, obviously. But again, check if you're going to. Go and have a look. Thing is with caravans, I mean, they're not like houses, are they? I mean, over a longer period of time, houses do increase in value. Whereas caravans, they're like cars. They're obviously second-hand and they lose value from the day they were built to the day they get scrapped. So it's difficult. It's the old supply and demand trick, isn't it, that a lot of companies play. Now, I've noticed that caravan companies, or at least the leisure industry, do this every couple of years. All of a sudden, you'll get a lot of kind of news items on caravans where famous people have bought them. I mean, it's up to you whether or not you think they're famous. But also, they don't actually buy caravans. If you look at an article, I mean, I've done a vlog about this years ago, or certainly I've done an item on the website. Is that the headline will be "Caravan in holidays are back." Caravan is the new inn or something. Their caravan holidays have never gone anywhere. It's just that the mainstream media picks them up, and I've always been very suspicious of these. Like, where does that news item come from? But then it gets people interested in holidaying in this country and buying caravans. So I never know if some of these news items that come out are actually based on fact. Horror. So it's hard to tell if there is actually a shortage, or if there's just a shortage of certain types of caravan, or are people buying more caravans? I mean, one thing's for sure, new prices have gone up, but new prices always go up. And I think when people, the media especially, are more focused on, and even people like me, are more focused on this kind of thing, then it kind of seems to bring it to public attention. And then, like with the fuel shortage, the news item actually becomes fact, where it wasn't actually based in fact initially. If you're looking to buy a caravan though, one thing I would suggest, and it's something I did, if you're buying a new caravan, or in fact a second-hand one from a dealer, pay for the deposit if you can on a credit card. Now, the reason you do that is I think you'll find it gives you more protection if, say for instance, the dealer goes bust or something happens. You potentially can claw your money back from the credit card company. So that's a good tip, and again, that is something we did, because like last year it was just like it is now. You hear about dealers not getting much stock, and if they haven't got stock and new caravans aren't coming through, how are they going to stay in business? It's just a fact, isn't it? And you've really got to protect yourself. So with me looking at caravans on eBay and Auto Trader, I'm not so sure things have got any worse than they were last year, expense wise or availability wise. Now obviously dealers will have a different opinion, you might well have a different opinion, but I just think, I'm not sure prices are going to go down anytime soon. The supply is being strangled from the top. So manufacturers are telling us, because they can't manufacture as many caravans as they'd want to because of shortages. I mean, we've seen Swift get rid of Command, like I said a couple of weeks ago. Swift getting rid of Command on the lower and entry level caravans because they basically can't get stock of certain parts. So I'd like to know your thoughts on caravan pricing. Do you currently have a caravan that you might sell, get it for a good price, and then see what happens? So there you go, caravan prices. Are they going to go up? Are they now stable? Are they even going to go up even more? I don't know, it seems hard to believe, but if you enjoyed the vlog, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you don't already. It does help the channel. Good to have you as a subscriber. That's pretty much it. Thanks very much. See you in the next one. It's